Almost 2,000 subscribers. Almost 2,000 subscribers. Do some more paint stripping. Do some more paint stripping. Anyway, God. Oh. Hey, everybody. Well, that was embarrassing. I'll have to agree. But we're not here for that. Stripping some more paint. We're going to clean this shop up, and I've got a great idea for storage stuff, right? Thanks for hanging out. Good to see everybody again. I hope you had a good week. Welcome back to Junks Automotive. Oh, and them lights are bright. I'm still not used to them. If I can get the door to shut, I might have a real building to work in someday. I got some thoughts. Anyhow, yeah, let me get her scraped off. Got some Bondo work going on there. Pink paint, see it? Pink. Mm-hmm. Ralph's car was pink. You know. There's much Bondo in it. It's pretty thin. Looks like factory primer to me. Original paint is black. And then a couple coats of it was pink, and then this that color. Oh, I got my PPE on. Huh? Okay. So, one thing. If you guys care about your floor, and I obviously do not, put some plastic down. That way you can just roll it up, throw it away. That's, you know, it's kind of nasty. It'll dry up and I'll scrape it. It'll dry up and I'll sweep it up. Probably won't scrape it. I don't know. I like making messes. You guys know that. So, I'm going to do one more application here while I find a pile of junk somewhere to go through and clean up. And we'll see what it looks like.
All right, guys, see you later. Taking the rest of the day off. I'm just kidding.
Sorry, guys.
That is unbelievably kind, man.
I got sidetracked. I have been picking up a little bit. I know you can't tell, but that's okay. Starting to bugger up a little bit. Let's get the rest of that paint off. Yeah, we're getting there. What a pile. That's all MGA stuff. Well, there's some beer boxes in there, but they're holding MGA stuff. Hey y'all, Friday night. Let's see what we got. Besides a huge mess. Trunk lid, deck lid, boot cover, whatever. Really nice shape. There's a little bit of a dent right there. Probably some more. Really nice shape. Anyhow, I would DA this down, but I still got DA that down, DA that down. There's a lot of DA going on, right? Let's not go there. I need to move all this. I need to get this all moved. I want to get that door off, and we're going to do a little comparison about stripping paint. Had a thought. Well, there's a lot of extra steps you can do. Are the extra steps better than just slopping it on there? So we'll cut that in half and see if that does something. And then work on that monstrosity pile. There's some good parts in there. there's some parts that need thrown away. And we've got to move the bolty thing over there, which means we have to move some more stuff over here and clear this out, because we've got a almost free storage solution that I think you guys are really going to like. I think I'm going to like it. All right, let's do something. All right, so here's our door, passenger door. We don't have a replacement for this door. So fingers crossed, it's not full of Bondo. Do see, you know, there's some little whiskey scribes going on here. Maybe it was a lady with the pink paint on it did it. I don't know. This black paint right here is the original color. Now this paint just popped right off because you can see, and we'll talk about this down the road, again, as far as what I think, that paint's still shiny. So when they put this paint on, there is no mechanical adhesion. You have chemical adhesion or mechanical. There was neither going on here. So anyway, here's what I think. I think right down the middle, I can see the pencil mark. You probably can't. But there's a pencil mark right down the half, right? This side, we're going to DA it just really quick, just to break the surface up with 80 grit. And then on this side, we're going to do some little plastic, right? We're going to let this sit overnight. And the reason I say this, I've seen it on the internet. You know, use your saran wrap. I don't buy saran wrap, and my wife does, so it's not going to be good for me to take a box of saran wrap out of the house, into the barn, and back to the house. Don't do that. I have some of this painter's plastic, and it should work just fine. So, and over here, we're not going to do anything. We're going to wipe it off with our hands, load up the paint stripper here after the 80 grit with some plastic on it, let it sit overnight, and let's see how good it does. You guys, if you're looking at stripping paint with chemical stripper, I know, you real body guys that do this for a living, you wouldn't do this, right? But guys like us will do it this way. So let me get my gloves on, let me get my mask on, and we'll get this knocked out really quick. We're probably going to hear a song from a really good buddy of mine, Stuart Poe. Stuart Poe is an awesome individual, let alone awesome musician. I play with him in the Pumpkin Holler Boys. He has his own album out, and you can buy it. I'll put the description. In the description, I'll put the link where you can go check it out and listen to everything. So I hope you like it. You guys put down in the comments now whether you like the music, you don't like the music. It's all music I'm involved in. It's not the same 5 songs that everybody else uses on YouTube, right? So that's why it's special. That's why to me it's special to do that for you guys. Let me know about this stripping thing too, huh? You know, how am I wasting my time? Shouldn't I just grind it off? It's an aluminum door. You got to be careful. I'm going on the side of caution because these are not easy to find for cheap. All right. Be right back with you.
Are we rolling? Okay. No train. Boys, I like your music in the main, but you ain't got no song about no train. Boys, I like the songs you play and sing, but you ain't got no song about no train. And it fit right in with your repertoire, and you could play it out in any bar. And it can't be funny, and it can't be long. Important tips for your train song. Keep this in mind for your train song. Need a break from heartache and from pain? Why don't you play that song about that train? It'd be pretty as a picture in a frame. You could play a song about a train, and it'd go low, and it'd go high, it'd have a bridge, 'cause trains don't fly. And it can't be funny, and it can't be long. Important tips for your train song. Keep this in mind for your train song. And folks might just come in out of the rain. You could play a song about a train. It surely would be a gosh darn shame if you didn't have a song about a train. It'd fit right in with your repertoire, and you could play it out in any bar. And it can't be funny, and it can't be long. Important tips for your train song. Keep this in mind for your train song. Boys, I think I might just go insane if you don't write a song about a train. And boys, I like your music in the main, but you ain't got no song about no train.
Okay, so 705 subscribers, right? I love you guys' comments. Please comment whatever you think. I don't care if it's negative. And the dislikes, go ahead with the dislikes. They're cool too, right? I get a few of those. I know who they are, but it's cool. I'm okay with it. So we're getting there. The reason I say that, I want to order some of these hats. They'll be nicer. They'll be more professional. The patch won't flop around and it won't like magically put itself up there by itself. Upside down kind of stuff. Anyhow, so what's red and green and goes 100 miles an hour? No? Nobody? Really? Frog in a blender. So, here's what we got. One side just dumped on, put on nice and thick. And I think it makes a difference on the vertical edge, So down here, the stuff just kind of runs off. So it tends not to, just the way I've been doing it, I've noticed that. But that's not the thing. Here, we've de-ate it pretty decently, just kind of gone over it really quick. Just to scratch the surface and break any kind of loose junk off of it, and applied it the same amount, nice and thick and heavy. And I use this painter's. This is like painter's plastic. It's super thin, crappy stuff, and you can, I can touch it with my hands. It's not going to go through that plastic. And I suppose, don't know, the internet says that should keep it from evaporating and drying out faster than that. So let's see. We'll check it out tomorrow. We're going to let it go. It's starting to, you notice though, look at the curlage. You can kind of see the paint curling. And nothing but a slick surface with a bunch of stuff on it. It might make a difference. It's maybe 55 degrees here in the barn. Overnight it's going to get down to 30. Tomorrow it's not going to be that much warmer, maybe up to 40. So that maybe this is better for a summertime kind of thing, because I've noticed when it's hot, it dries up a lot faster. But, if it works, we're going to continue this way. I don't know. You guys tell me what you think. It's already doing something. I can see the paint crinkling up underneath that plastic. It's not doing anything here yet. It's almost like the fluid doesn't do so much as the vapor does. Does that make sense? All right. We'll see you tomorrow. Next day, 24 hours. Just looking at it, this is, you know, it's working. This is the side that we did nothing. We just put it on. This is the side we just kind of scratched up with 80 grit. Same amount on both sides. We just put plastic on this side. I did notice, and you might see in the video just before this, this reacted a lot faster. The side with plastic on it. It's hard to see that there's plastic over here. It's funny how that stuff will eat paint. It won't eat primer a lot of times. It will eat slowly Bondo, but it won't eat plastic. I could, you know, lick that if I wanted. I won't. So, well, I'm going to take this off. We're just going to do enough of sections so if we can see a difference, see if it's worth it, right? What I did notice, to tell you, is I've got plastic this time underneath this. Drips off the side, all on the side without the plastic. The side with the plastic, not one drip, not one. So this might be really good on vertical surfaces, you know, just to hold it on there longer. I mean, that, I'm not saying nothing yet, but it looks a little more, you know, wow. There's a little Bondo in this door. That's great. Well, this is where our line was. I don't see any major difference. Disappointed in the Bondo, but what do you do? Now, temperature wise, I think overnight it was in the low 30s, and today maybe 42. So temperature makes a difference with this stuff, I think. But the plastic and the scratchy, I don't think it made any difference. To be honest with you, I don't, you know, didn't make any difference. So what's the way that, you know, I think though the only difference would be if this door was on the car straight up and down, it might make a difference to hold it on there longer instead of it just kind of oozing off, right? Maybe we'll try that. Well, man, it's hard to say. I don't think it did that much of a difference. Did the same thing over here on the plastic side. No plastic side. There's your answer. If you don't need to, don't want to, don't waste your time. Man. Well, all right. Got my PPE on. Another nice thick layer of the good stuff. Or the not so good stuff. Put some plastic on it because I did notice that where the plastic was on this vertical surface, it did way better than over here because it just kind of runs off. So I just kind of stuck this plastic wrapping, whatever. I didn't want to get up there and get some more of that plastic. So, you know, we'll let that eat overnight. It's super thick and pooly on top of the Bondo. It's not that thick, but there's Bondo, there's primer, and then more Bondo. So I want to get that off and hopefully see where we're at. Golly. Jeez. Anyhow, cars was over there, now it's here, so we moved it. I'm going to work on this pile. There's quite a few things we're keeping. Some brake lines for patterns, battery cables again for patterns and length, and we're going to keep the wheels because we don't know what we're going to do as far as wheels. The rear diff, the carrier, and the diff is going to go in there and go to Ralph's house, along with some of this stuff that's usable and a lot of that stuff that's usable. The rest of it's going in the back of my truck and going to the dump. Okay, going to scrap. It'll get recycled, trust me. Then we got to move that over there, so it means we got to move all this, which is not horrible. And then we're going to do something here. I'm not going to bore you with it. I'll just show you a little bit before action, and I'll show you after. MGA parts. Anybody want some rusted out, frozen MGA stuff? Probably not. Well, let's turn this thing on. Well, okay. Yep, there's some Bondo in there. Bondo, primer, more Bondo. Well, I'm not going to bore you with this. Well, kind of makes me giggle, really. It's kind of silly, but somebody gave these to me a couple years ago, and they've been sitting outside. Wife's complained about them ever since they shown up, so I've been thinking about doing this for a good while. Just a angle iron frame to hold the weight. Once I get it leveled, I'll kind of safety screw it to the wall, I'll bolt them together. Put something down here, making a nice work surface down here, and get my Bondo and my paints and books or whatever I decide to put in there. But I think it's a great idea. Now, I wouldn't go buying them for that, right? But you know, you can snag up on them real cheap, do something just like that. I was going to screw them to the wall, but since the barn's not very good or level or safe, I figured the less weight I put on the walls, the better. So, you know, that's it. Hey, sure glad that you guys are hanging out, coming by and saying hi. Comments, man, keep them coming. I love them. All the likes, you guys are awesome. You're making me feel good about spending the time to do the YouTube thing, right? I'd be doing the same thing, but you guys encourage me to come out here once a week and get something done. You know, old junk can get lazy, especially it's wintertime, you know. Man, all the new subscribers, how you doing? All of you. Man, we're 720 something now. I don't know, 725. So here pretty soon, we're going to have real hats, not pretend kinds. And we're gonna do a dance, right? We're gonna dance and give away some hats, and we'll have a fun time giving them away too. I got a little plan. It's up here. You might have to spell and look for clues in a video. I think that'd be fun. Okay, anyway, all right, junk out. Love you guys.
Thanks for watching. Junk Automotive.